What's up everybody, Frank Valkyria, welcome to the channel. Today we already done a video live on Camille and Ben going live, giving some interviews, speaking out, which was awesome to hear. So what we have here, we have a Stanford professor that is going after Camille. How about that? This is crazy. I've already seen few things, some of you already know about this, but this woman, Michelle Dauber, I suppose you pronounce her name, she came forward going after Camille. Let's read her statement. Let's see what she says here. In a society that strips women of real power, some women have learned to seek male approval in the hopes they won't be done some bad things or humiliated. Sucking up to power might feel good to you, but it won't work. You will be next. This is statement June 2nd. She continues, of all women who suck up to male power, women lawyers are the absolute worst of the bunch. Desperate to prove they are real lawyers, and understanding that being a woman undermines their identity as a lawyer. They're throwing women under the bus as hard and fast as they can. And she posted pictures of Camille coming out of the courtroom after the verdict in favor of JD. Wow. Let's see this woman, what is to say. If your son was falsely accused of domestic violence, I bet you would love for that woman to help vindicate him. She replied, if my son was accused of DV, he would have a lot more to worry about than some pick-me-girl lawyer. But that isn't going to happen because I didn't raise a... Wow. Read this. Can you read this? I mean, this is defamatory, if you ask me honestly. When I say I did not raise I'm not in any way by implication or otherwise referring to... No, you are. I'm speaking of any other accused... Then not talking about, you're making the statement because you know that this is defaming him. He just won based on that, you know? So this is pretty insane to see this type of still malice going around from this type of people. And the thing that I'm surprised the most actually is that this is actually a professor of law at Stanford, right? So somebody here wrote, A.J. Carpenter wrote, I think, to Stanford, like a letter, because of course this is kind of nuts if you ask me as well. So A.J. Carpenter wrote this letter and said, your professor Michelle Dauber, a self-proclaimed feminist, is broadcasting to the world that women cannot support DEP without being misogynistic and or duped by the patriarchy. She accused DEP supporters of being driven by sexual desire for the actor. She goes so far as to attack DEP's powerhouse of a female lawyer, Camille Vasquez. Yeah, we saw that. That's quite an insult, honestly. She's an inspiration for both women and men. This, in all of itself, is highly misogynistic, in that it implies that women are not capable of looking at the facts and reaching the conclusion that H did indeed lie and defame DEP. She implies that we, women, who support DEP are driven by sexual desire, the patriarchy, anything except that we use our brains and individuality and individually decided that DEP was an abuse victim, not the abuser. All right. She refers to Camille Vasquez as Johnny Depp's skirt. Wow, I didn't see that. She heavily implies that all female lawyers only become lawyers to sit in the laps of men. It doesn't take a linguistic to ascertain how misogynistic those statements are. I urge you to address this situation. It reflects poorly not only on your institution, but on the value that she herself represents. Michelle Dauber is no feminist. She's a misandrist. Given the social-political climate post-DEP versus H, it would be in your best interest as an educational organization to rein her in. She's a bully, and she's broadcasting it for the entire world to see. Please, I urge you to look into this matter. Sincerely, AJ Carpenter. A great point, I must say. And also, very importantly, I spoke about this before. It seems like that a lot of those radicalized feminists, a lot of those radicalized activists, they seem like they think that they can use whatever to go after somebody, to make their point, to defend whatever ideology they have without basing it on fact, and thinking that there are no repercussions. So they might use bullying. Can you imagine this behavior reversed? Imagine that a professor, a male professor, right now, will come forward and use similar word to attack another woman. What would happen? Ask yourself. So, some of you brought to me this, brought this to my attention. Sorry. And English, it's a language. Sometimes I speak it. So, and I find it just another example of how bias exists. And most importantly, that even people at this level, with this type of education, can still fall victim of blindly wanting to be part of that whatever ideology without actually pursuing what they're fighting for, which is equality, I suppose, truth. So you really wonder, like, if you're using such techniques to go after people, shaming, bullying, demeaning somebody that has, worked probably really hard to be where she is, and to really do laps around the other lawyers, you're really taking away actually the great achievement of this person. And I find that absolutely appalling. So guys, let me know your thoughts about this. I fully stand with Camille. What a powerhouse, what an inspiration, and always spread love, and I'll see you later.